All right, let's try this again. Facebook just crashed on me, which has never done that when I've been broadcasting live, so hopefully this one will be successful. As I was saying, we've been working on quite a few different things over the last couple weeks, and so I haven't been doing as many of these live videos, but we're caught up and back to kind of a little bit of a more normal schedule. And so today I'm going to share with you the 7 things that you need in order for your website to be successful. And hey, Adrian, again, I'm glad you're back on. Sorry about our big app crash there. And as I was sharing, over the past like 10 or 15 years, I was keeping track for a while, and I've kind of lost track, but I kept track up to 1,000 sites. I've done over 1,000 websites and development projects. So I've done quite a bit of this over the years, and I actually built and sold my first website when I was 16 for, I think it was like $3,000. Forget exactly what the amount was, but when I sold that, I was like, man, this online marketing is going to take off. This website thing is important. And I actually built my first business myself using online marketing, and built a multi-million-dollar company in the home remodeling industry back then. And so, you know, I know it's just it's extremely successful, and but there's a lot that has changed in the last 15 or 20 years of online marketing. And so today I'm going to go through for everybody here the 7 things or more, at least 7 things that you must have for your website to be successful. And as you're jumping on, just say hello. I'll give you a shout out. If you have questions about anything that I bring up, put those comments below, and I'll get those answered either live or by commenting back to you later. And also, if you just share this post, if you find this to be valuable for yourself, or anybody, you know, that may want to listen, you can tag them in it too and watch it later. And we'll give everybody just another minute here. A couple more folks are jumping on, I can see, and then we'll get started here. And they're doing a bunch of construction here by me, so hopefully that's not too loud. I did not know it was going to be like this. But so first things first, in today's world, that you need to have a successful website is you need it to be mobile responsive. And when you think about that, you know, think about the last time that you were on your phone, you're out somewhere, or maybe you're sitting on your couch or doing something, and you were just on your smartphone or even on your tablet, and you pulled up a website that you had to like pinch and zoom and like had a really hard time navigating on it. That is a huge issue, because over 50, 60, or 70% of the traffic that you get to a website in today's world will be from a smartphone or some mobile device. And so if your site is not optimized and responsive for mobile devices, then you're losing business from the end user who can't navigate your site easily. But there's also another big change. The search engines are actually going to start penalizing and, you know, knocking down sites in the search engine results that are not fully mobile responsive. So that's the first thing. And if you have questions about that, just comment below and I'll get them answered for you. The second thing, and also just to mention, there's a link in the description here for the PDF that goes through pretty much all of these tips, probably a few more, and I may add a few more here that may not be in the PDF, but there's a PDF there that you can grab for yourself. And so the second thing is that you absolutely must have on your site to be successful, especially when you're starting out. When you get crazy busy, you could potentially not do this, but I would not recommend eliminating it. So the second thing that you'll want to have is you want to have a prominent phone number at the top of your website, easy to see, easy to click and call, or so that people can dial your phone number and get a hold of you. I always recommend that you have your phone number at the top of the site on the upper right somewhere, really easy to see there. And then also it's a good idea to have it in the footer and on your contact form, obviously. To have a local number if you're a local business is good. To have an 800 number if you're more of a national business, that's good, or international. And if you're international, then maybe have international numbers, or even just like a Skype ID where people can jump on and talk to you. But you want to have that contact information really prominently available, because when you don't do that, somebody is going to consciously or subconsciously get frustrated and they'll just leave the site. I know when I'm on my phone, I'm in buying mode. And so research shows that when I'm on my desktop searching for a service or looking for something, it could take 2 to 6 months for me to take action after I visit that website. Whereas if you're on your mobile phone or on your smartphone and you're searching, it takes less than a few hours for me to make a phone call or make a buying decision. We're in go mode on our phones. We're aggressively buying or taking action or making contact. And so having a prominent, easy to use contact number is really important, especially as a local business, but honestly as any kind of business. If somebody can't pick up the phone and talk to you about what you're offering, then that's going to make them uncomfortable. They're not going to be as comfortable and ready to buy as if you have an easy number there. So that's the second thing. So mobile responsive, really prominent, contact information with your phone number, top of the site, bottom of the site, on the contact page. The third thing that's really important that we have on, I would say, 99% of our product sites now, I think all of them, is live chat. And inside of the PDF guide, there's a link in the description here. There's a link to the specific live chat service that I use that's less than $100 a month. And it's manned by real people 24/7 throughout the week. And the reason that that's important is that you can engage your visitor on your website. And so when you pop onto one of our sites, there's a little chat box, and so people can chat with us and ask us questions. The one specifically where we use the 24/7 manned live chat is copywritertoday.net. So you can check that out and chat with one of the team over there. So we use an awesome service for that. And personally, like in the last month, I've generated like $3,000 or $4,000 of new revenue just from that live chat. And so that's the third thing that's really important, so that you can easily connect with the visitors on your site and make sure that you answer their questions and generate a lead from that interaction when they hit your page. Again, in the PDF in the link here, you can grab a copy of all the stuff that I'm talking about. So what do we have? 3. We have mobile responsive, we have prominent contact phone number, and we have live chat. Those are the 3. The fourth thing, and I'm doing this all from memory, obviously, since I'm driving here, but I'll see if I can remember everything, is to stick to your core message. And so what I mean by that is that you should really, make sure that when somebody lands on your site, that there's a simple, clear core message of what you're offering and what you're trying to do for them. It's, I land on sites occasionally where there's so much going on, so much, all these different services, or all this busyness, or this lack of clarity, that I don't know that I'm going to have my need met that I came there for. And so when somebody hits your website, what we like to say is your core message should be summed up in your hero statement and in your hero image. And the hero statement is going to be that prominent, like large heading on the homepage there, or on the landing page, that says, like for instance, our Copywriter Today site, unlimited fresh content. And that catches people's attention, and they always ask us, like, what do you mean by unlimited? So we start the conversation with that. And then we have a hero image that emotionally portrays the message that we're looking for. And in my experience, I always think that whenever possible, it's ideal to have a picture of another person there smiling, happy, with a good emotional vibe off that image. And so, you really need to be able to, with that hero statement and with the hero image, stick to your core message of what you're offering. And for instance, like a friend and client of mine, a septic tank company, Tim Frank Septic, when you hit their site, it tells exactly what they do, and there's also an image there of the 3 generations of guys that have been in the business. The dad, the guy that now owns it, and the son. So the grandpa, the dad, and the son. And what that does for that business is it really provides their core message of the quality and the long-term commitment they've made to their clients. And so that's what that image portrays. So as you look at your website, what emotional statement are the images making? And if you can't tell, then ask a customer or ask a friend, or say, what's the first thing that you think of when you see this image or when you hit our homepage? So that's, you got to stick to your core message there. So we've got mobile optimization, contact phone number prominently displayed, live chat, stick to your core message, like keep it really simple and straightforward. Fifth thing, I'm surprised I'm remembering all these. The fifth thing is that you have got to feed your digital employee. And what I mean by that is you can't expect a website to perform on its own without feeding it with the proper advertising dollars. In the PDF, in the link in this up above there, you'll get the actual stat, but I think it's like something like 500 some websites are created every minute or every second or something like that. It's just astronomical. So you're not the only one with a website like yours. I hate to break it to you. You know, there's just other people that are offering what you're offering. They're competing for the people that you're competing directly or indirectly. And so your job is to feed your website with resources that help it grow and beat the competing websites. So at a minimum, I always share with folks that it's a good idea to make sure that you invest at least $100 a month in advertising dollars. And that is, your website is your digital employee, but it's not going to work for you if you don't pay it. It'd be the same thing if if you're like, called me up and like, Gabe, I want you to come work for me, but I'm not going to pay you. I'm like, can't do that. It's not going to work out. Obviously, that's the same case with a website. So that is the fifth thing. The sixth thing that I'll share with you today is that you absolutely need to make sure that you have fresh content going on your site. I'll tell you why in a second here. If you don't have fresh content going on your site, then a search engine is not confident or sure that you are actively pursuing growing the business, or that you're actually an authority that talks about the subject, or that you're interested in getting new customers. So that's one of the reasons that we created copywritertoday.net, because when you get fresh content going out all the time on your site that talks about your industry, what you're offering, everything like that, you're constantly giving the search engines signals that, hey, we're talking about this and we are interested in helping our consumers, and we have the latest and greatest and most valuable information in there. And so that's what helps your ranking. And it also helps when a reader comes to your site, they're like, oh, there's a blog post from last week. These guys are actively doing this and actively looking to serve the audience and the community with this. And then the last thing that I will share is that you need to have a free giveaway, a lead magnet, something that will start the conversation with the with the prospect, with the user that's going to engage with you. So as an example, perfect here for you, if you click the link in the description here, that's a free PDF that I give away to anybody that wants to learn about the keys of success for their business with their website. And if you open up the relationship by giving a free tool, like we have a headline tool on copywritertoday.net that gives you a bunch of headline ideas. We have some reports. We have this PDF on 7daywebsite.com that will help engage. And so we literally just launched that PDF just a few days ago, because we're coming out of our beta stage. We're still kind of in the late beta, or just finishing up with 7-Day Website. But we just launched that PDF, and we've already had, I literally put it up like a day or two ago, and we've got a dozen people that have downloaded it and are interested in learning more about 7-Day Website and interested in their website being successful. And so with that type of free giveaway, you're showing the audience that you have something of value to give them when they come to your website, and you're getting their contact information, and then they can go into your CRM and you can do follow-up, and you can, again, engage them and generate business from there. And with my headline tool, I generate 3 or 4 customers a week, at least with that. Even though it doesn't get used as much as I would like it to, it gets used every day, but I wish I had 100 people using it every day. I just kind of organically let people use it, and from that, it generates customers. So those are my 7 tips for you of what you need for your website to be successful. The PDF has it all, and probably some more things. I just was doing that off memory, so I think I remembered everything, but who knows. And there's some really specific examples in there. So if you take a look at that, that will give you all your kind of tips and tricks and what you should be doing to launch your website. And every one of those I absolutely believe is critical to success. We use it on all of the sites that we operate, and we recommend it to all of our clients. And so if you have questions, put them in the comments and I will answer them. If anybody does right now, I'll answer them live right here. But if I see some later, then I'll answer those as well. And if you want to comment below, if you're watching this later, or I'm going to be putting this out on YouTube and on LinkedIn too, if you just want to comment below, I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability, and I'd be happy to talk to anybody directly too. So we'll be sharing some more of these just website tips and marketing ideas and things like that. So stay tuned and always jump on, because I'll always do my best to make these as valuable as possible. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. And if I don't see you before the holiday weekend, I hope you have a blast and get to hang out with your friends and family there as well. So I will talk to everybody soon. Thanks again.